welcome to Weigh-In Thursday. How did I do starting back on my low carb? You'll find out in a minute. Let me just tell you, this sign thing back here, whoever you are, I can't even remember how you sign your name now. Thankful subscribe or something like that. Whoever you are that sent me this box of motivational cards, you did good. It's like every time I switch that over, it is something I need to see that day, or is something that goes with all of us on this weight loss journey. This morning's is, mistakes are proof you are trying. How true is that? If you're not trying, you're not going to make a mistake because you didn't do anything to begin with. So that is like the whole key to my weight loss journey. I've said it before that I do more just hanging in there, not quitting, than I think I do doing any good. But I don't give up. That's what that means. You're trying. You're not giving up. I screw up every turn in the road. There's something I screw up on, but I keep wheeling it back over to the center line if I can get there. So if y'all making mistakes, you're still trying. You're not out of the game. So don't discount what you're doing. Now, let's do a weigh-in. I got everything. Hold on. My fun cup. This morning, I weighed in at 325.5, which put me down 2.6 pounds. That's since going back on low carb on Sunday. Now, was I perfect all week? We're going to find out. We've already talked about Sunday and Monday. Now, today is going to be Tuesday and Wednesday. But anyway, that puts me at a total of 51.6 pounds. So I'm back over that 50 mark. That makes me happy. Now, Tuesday, I went over my calorie goal, 1966. Total carbs 65, net carbs 55. So I'm fine with that. Breakfast, I had my sausage and egg casserole. Lunch, my New Year's Day soup. I got one more of those today. Snack, about a quarter ounce of cheese cubes, the cheddar cheese cubes. Supper, I had a salad with 2 boiled eggs on it and some cucumbers and some ranch dressing. It was not, and I measured it. Oh, can you believe it? I don't like measuring salad dressing. It's just like creamer. You know, I don't count it and I don't measure it. That's how I feel about salad dressing. Like that nutritionist told me, if that's whatever is going to get you to eat your vegetables, then don't worry about it. She says, if cheese is the only way you're going to eat broccoli, then who cares about that cheese? That's the way I'm fixing to do about my salad dressing. You want me to eat up all that, you're not going to worry about my dressing. I got to where I can't eat that fat-free stuff no more. And then supper was the sheet pan sesame beef and broccoli. I filmed it, but then when I tasted it, I didn't like it. It was too, I don't know. It might have been the dressing that was used on it. It was the Kraft Asian dressing, which is what I've used in my other recipes that use it. So I don't know. The meat was good. It was good and tender because it was sirloin steak. But there was just something about that flavor. It just was not good enough. I wanted to pass it along. It was a good technique, but the flavor kind of overrode that. So anyway, and then snacks later on that night, I had boiled egg and cottage cheese. I think I ate a bucket load of cottage cheese. That's probably where my calories came from. Wednesday, yesterday, let me fortify. Yesterday started out good. Started out breakfast, sausage and egg casserole. Let me tell you how I did. I overshot my calorie goal. 20. Oh, I think. No, I did. That's right. 28.50. 28.59. 28.59. I ate like a fool. Like a fool, like a fool. Y'all seen that episode of Friends? When Phoebe was gonna go out with that cop whose badge she found and she was pretending to be the cop. He said he was gonna take her and have to arrest her. She said, well, that's fine, but when they find out what happened, he'll make you look like a fool, like a fool. You know, in Phoebe voice. And 153 carbs. I didn't even go down through there and figure out the net carbs because it was not going to be enough to even make a difference of 153 carbs. So I went to Wanda's yesterday because I've got a craft idea that just popped into my head. I'm like, well, where I get them supplies from would be Wanda's. That'd be the one place. So I went to Wanda's after breakfast. Well, by the time I got through in the car to come home, I was just feeling, ooh, you know how you get when your sugar goes wonky. So I got out my little emergency pack I keep on my pocketbook, which is what makes my pocketbook partly so heavy, because it's got a little juice box in if I need it, a little cup of peanut butter, but I had a little bag of trail mix and some beef jerky, and that was my snack. And then lunch, I had my soup, my New Year's Day soup. Then before supper, well, after lunch, I was talking to Holly, and she's moving back in, at least for now. So I'm glad she's going to be here and not at her friend's house. And what I've had to do was rearrange a lot. Now you can see I'm still in my craft room because it looks like Hobby Lobby and Dollar Tree got together and threw up in this whole room. It's pathetic. It's pathetic how much stuff is in here. But you know what? I need every piece of it. I need it all. So behind me is my desk. Got my desk set up. All the craft containers, my paint table, my makeup table, my little toiletry cabinet, my TV, my Cricut. All of it under there is full. And I'm like, there's no way it's feasible to move this room into the living room because there's no other place to put it. Our garage, the built-in carport, is not it's finished, but it's not finished to the point where you can live in it. Right now it's got all my holiday stuff in there. We just have not taken out to the building yet. And just a little corner where I spray paint in a box, and just a bunch of crap. It's just unfinished, and it's crap, and it catches all the dirt coming in and out from the back, the whole 9 yards. So there's nothing going down there. The freezer is. So the only other thing is the middle bedroom. That's where the computer is. That's where Sebastian's bed is. Which, let me just tell you what that child did when he was here last time. He's got a bad habit. At his daddy's house, he don't do it at my house. Well, he does plunder. He'll play with, so I had to take the computer mouse and the pencil cup. Well, I didn't even cross my mind to take the pencil cup, and there was a black Sharpie in it. So I got him up the next morning. He was sitting there, and he showed me. He goes, well, there's something on my hand. Like he didn't know what it was. I looked. I said, what is that? And he just looked at me. I said, you better tell me what that is. He didn't want to tell me. I say, honey, you got to tell Mama what that is, or I can't fix it. It's the blah, blah, the marker. I don't know how he put it. I said, okay, what'd you mark on? He went over there. I said, show me what you marked on. So he got up. There's a desk calendar under the keyboard. And there was just like all kind of dots and colors on there. I'm like, okay, anything else? No. Hold on a minute. That was David coming home. I thought I'd close the door. Anything else? No. Okay, so we get up about his day. I noticed some on the bedspread. There's dots on the bedspread. That's not going to come off. But it kind of blends in a little bit. He had already gone home, or else I'd have lit that tail up. I went over there, I turned on the computer, and when I turned on the screen, see, it was black. You couldn't tell. When I turned the screen on, all of a sudden, the whole computer monitor was scribbled in black Sharpie. I was like, oh no, he did not. RJ had asked me when I messaged him and told him what he'd done. He was still here. The kid was still here. He said, did you light him up? I said, no. He looked at me. I didn't even have to ask. He looked at me and said, I'm sorry, Momo. I said, so that done it. I said, he told me what he did. He told me he was sorry. So what can I do? Momo couldn't do nothing. Well, then I saw that. I'm like, that little did not tell me everything he did, and I would have lit him up. Luckily, if you ever go to town on your computer monitor with a Sharpie, just get you a magic eraser, wet it, and it'll come right off. Thank goodness. Anyway, so that's what's in there. His bed, that what I was saying, his bed, what made me think about that is I told him, I said, from now on, you're sleeping in there on the love seat with me. He says, okay. He don't care. So then my little fridge is in there. That's where I keep all my meal prep foods. So I'm going to move that. And it's on like just a little not a dresser, but a little stand with drawers in it. That's where I keep all my placemats and some extra linens and things. So I'm going to put that down in the we call it the big room. Put that down in the big room beside the freezer. So that'll be out of there. But I'm going to have to leave my cookbook. You know, when I do the thrift store hauls, I lay it all out on that bed, and that's my cookbook shelves behind me. So those are going to have to stay. She'll have a bed, and then there's another dresser that's got like Instant Pots, and it's full of stuff. That's going to have to stay. But then there's a computer desk in there, so I took out, there's like two side by side. One's like one of them little small rolly kind. So I rearranged, fixed it in the living room, got it all nice and cleaned up. So it's a little crowded, but that's all right. My baby's going to be home with her having a baby, and I know she'll be taken care of and watched after. And if she needs anything, Mom and Diddy are here. She calls him Diddy because one day when she was young, you know, P. Diddy, the rapper, he calls himself, that's right, D. Diddy. So it stuck all these years. That's Diddy. He's not Daddy. He's Diddy. So got that fixed in there, and she told me, she says, I know I can always count on you and Diddy. I said, that you always can. No matter who else in this world is around you, you will always be able to count on us. So I'm glad she'll be here. But it was just easier. That was the path of least resistance to fix that room for her. I have a glider, you know, in them rocking chairs, it's a glider. I put that in her room. If she's still here when the baby's born, I don't know what her plans will be. But even if she's not, she can take that with her, because that'll be a perfect little baby rocking chair. So I think she'll be comfortable. She said, anything's fine. So I've got it all cleaned out. I had my overflow food in the closet. I had a whole like cubby unit and some bins on top of that full. So at least I cleaned out all the bins up top so she can have somewhere to put maybe, you know, socks and undies and things like that. And I was able to clean out part of the hanging area and cram it in here in our bedroom closet. So I think I've got her enough space to be comfortable. But why I was telling you that was because I was so busy yesterday. So for a snack, I had bought me some Nathan's hot dogs when we went to Aldi's for a snack. So I had 3 weenies. I just heated them in the microwave with some mustard and ketchup. Yeah, ketchup's got sugar in it, but I didn't eat enough to even know that you had sugar. And then 2 of those prosciutto wrapped cheeses. Well, I had a meal. I had a meal plan, and I had my pork chops was laying out thawing. I'm gonna tell you what, I was dragging. So put my pork chops back in the freezer because I knew I was going to have to get something out to eat. So I woke David up a half hour early. I said, honey, do you mind if we just grab something out? I said, I thought maybe I'd go get some KFC because that's just as quick as fast food. It's not fast food. It's more like a meal, even though it's full of carbs, obviously. So for supper, I had KFC and I had it all. I don't even need to tell you how much I had because I just had it. I had chicken, I had taters. Now their gravy looked like brown water. Somebody messed that up. Had chicken, had taters, had slaw, had biscuits, had it all. had it all. So that is how come yesterday was so high. But you know what? I couldn't have cooked. I couldn't have cooked if you'd have made me cook. So anyway, that's where we stand for this week. But I think even with what I ate last night, if I'm holding in sodium, I still had a loss. So I'm good with that. Starting over Sunday, I'm good with 2.6 pounds. So that's all I have for you today. Just remember our saying back here, mistakes are proof that you are trying. So keep trying. We'll get there. We will get there. I will see you tomorrow. I'm actually getting my groceries today because they're calling for snow tomorrow. I almost forgot to tell you. I wanted to tell you that to begin with because y'all know I love some snow. And we don't hardly ever get any. Back growing up, we used to get snow several times a year. Last year we didn't get nothing, a dusting. But they said it could be 1 to 3 inches. They're calling rain and snow. So I don't know how that's going to work out. I'm willing the rain away. I'm just like, okay, you're gone. Just snow. So be excited for me. If you've already had a ton of it, I know you're sick of it, but no more than we get to see it. I'm excited when it comes. So that's why I'm getting my groceries today, because if it's going to snow tomorrow, we don't drive in it down here enough. We get picked on. The South gets picked on. Oh, if it snows, you roll up the sidewalks. Yeah, we do, because we don't get it enough to have the practice to drive in it. And even if you do have the practice to drive in it, it's dangerous. That stuff is dangerous. It's scary. We don't drive in it. David don't drive in it. He got caught in it too many times. He don't drive in it. He'll take him a personal day in a minute if snow's coming. He don't care. That's what they're there for. He's an 80,000-pound rig carrying pups. But like he said, pups don't go on the snow and the ice. So anyway, wish me luck getting some snow. And I will see you tomorrow for my meal plan and grocery haul.